The response to people partners has been one of joy, if I'm honest. The quality that we now have is a breath of fresh air. We're saving money and our people are getting paid more. So that's a win-win. So our business is primarily a residential home loan business. We have clients all over Australia and overseas as well. We have 3 mortgage brokers and a strong administration team. So the roles that we were looking for from people partners were administration staff who were going to help us fulfill our commitment to our clients that we were going to be looking after them after settlement. So effectively repricing every 6 months, communicating the outcome of that, and also assisting with preparation of applications, document renaming, preparation of applications in the system, those sorts of jobs. So we've been partnered with People Partners since December 2023, so just over 2 months now. And we came to People Partners. We'd previously had staff in the Philippines through a different provider. And what attracted us to People Partners initially were 2 points. It was firstly that the money we pay more ends up in the pocket of those staff. And from a engagement and motivation and living perspective of those staff, I thought that it's more likely they're going to be happier, right? That's one part of a pie, but that's a really important part. Having had previous discussions with our staff from a previous provider about how tough they were doing it financially. And so that was number one. Number two, I think immediate reason and difference was that we were speaking with People Partners directly who were recruiting staff, right? We didn't have another middle person involved and another mouth to feed, which is related to point one. But I think what we needed and the sort of culture we have and what we were trying to link people to was very well understood, and the recruitment happened from that perspective. The third point was that the fact that we were recruiting for people. So we had a chance to tell People Partners what we were looking for, what our culture was, how we wanted to work, what the job was, what the tasks were. And obviously People Partners went to market and shortlisted candidates for us to interview, which was the opposite of what we'd had previously, which was just, here are your staff there. So that they were the 3 key things that brought us to People Partners. I discovered People Partners. I've got a network in loan market, and to be honest, I was having a conversation with those people about some of the things I wasn't overly happy with our previous provider. And one of the couple of people I was speaking with had spoken with People Partners prior and said, why don't you give Anthony a call? And at that point in time, I was more than happy to do so. What was great in regards to the work we did with you initially was we had to invest into it, right? We invested into the relationship with you, which did take some time and effort, but was so worthwhile in that it showed that People Partners were serious about finding the right people for us, as opposed to going, you're a mortgage broker, you need this role, we'll get you staff, and we've already actually got staff in the background, and here you are, here's your shortlist. So going through that effort and the job descriptions and being very, very specific around tasks and sharing our culture, how we like to work, then obviously helped your team recruit the right people for us and shortlist the candidates that we wanted. So I thought the extra effort and the detail that we went into was certainly well worthwhile because of the quality of the 2 staff we've hired who we couldn't be happier with. So from that perspective, that was great. And then the onboarding of the staff that People Partners hired, who we now have the benefit of working with, that was very easy. We had people who had relevant experience, and to be honest, it happened without a hiccup. Our onshore team, to be honest, are used to working with offshore staff and have done so for probably 2 to 3 years. The response to People Partners has been one of joy, if I'm honest. Particularly our operations manager, who works most closely with the team. There was a reason that we made the change other than cost. It was also around quality, and the quality that we now have is a breath of fresh air. So the implementation of People Partners has been very easy. So hiring our staff through People Partners has impacted our bottom line positively, both from an expense perspective, but also from an efficiency perspective. We honestly feel like we have two incredibly talented and gifted staff members who are highly engaged, who fit our culture, and they've just fitted in beautifully. And the quality of their work already has meant that there's confidence in that team, that things are being done and what they say is being done. So the quality aspect is huge, because it allows everyone else to focus on what we need to focus on to bring income in, as opposed to double checking all the work that's been done. So I think we've impacted the top line, and we've also impacted the expense line. So financially, it's been a good move. The other difference between People Partners and who we were working with previously was the actual monthly cost. So we were paying more than we currently pay, and less money was ending in the pockets of the staff. So that's further to what I said earlier. So we're saving money, and our people are getting paid more. So that's a win-win. My recommendation to any new partners of People Partners would be to invest into that initial onboarding phase. So go to the trouble of explaining the culture of the business, the role in detail, and get as detailed as you possibly can in regards to the kind of staff and people and personalities that you want joining your team. What I recommend about making this a success is to treat the people and staff you get through People Partners as part of your team, and involve them in the culture of your business. I don't know what else to say, because our People Partners staff are part of our team, right? I don't look at them any differently. So I don't know how you would treat them differently. I think they've got so much to add, and they make such a positive contribution to our culture that I wouldn't think there's any reason not to involve them in the team. So I'd recommend doing exactly that.